welcome back to Pixie's Projects. Today we're working on our countdown for Halloween and we're on day 10. In case you're new, we are working on a free download from Joanna Basford that came out in 2020 for Flourish. It was a mini book. Jojo Sahana from her channel, which I will link below, said that she used a page from World of Wonders, so that is also an option. But anyway, we're on day 10 and we're starting on this little house with the trees. I used circle stencil just to go in and get myself a pretty basic circle so that I could obviously not use the lines. I'm coming completely out of them on purpose, but just to make sure I was kind of in the center of it. I'm starting with a darker gray and just making the line dark and smudging out the edges on the inside and the outside all around it. So anyway, while that's happening, I thought I'd ask today about Halloween movies. So do you have a favorite one? If you do, post it in the comments. I know one person told me after one of the other videos that their Halloween tradition is to sit and watch scary movies all day, which is awesome. But that led me to start thinking about like what I watch. I'm not a scary movie person myself. There are some I will watch, but for me, Halloween, 100%. Every Halloween, we have to watch Hocus Pocus. I've already watched it 3 times this month, so yeah, it's a big deal for me. And then on Halloween, we'll do that again. But yeah, that's mostly my Halloween movie. Nightmare Before Christmas, that type of thing. Anything not too spooky. Don't need the nightmares, don't need the thought process, so I usually do without a lot of it. We're going back in with a lighter gray just on the inside of the moon and coming out a little bit just to clean up those edges to make them less, messy, I guess. So yeah, that's what we're doing now. But anyway, if you have a favorite Halloween movie or a movie that you have to watch every Halloween, or it's not really Halloween until you do it, post it in the comments. Let me know. I'd love to know what you guys are watching. So yeah, we're just finishing up the moon now. And I'm sure we're trying to find pencils because that's what happens. I take forever with that. Okay, so, oh no, we're not. Okay, we're coming back in with a darker gray and just adding some spots where like, when you see pictures close up of the moon, they have like the craters you can see. So I'm just adding in some little spots to make it more realistic. And now we're going in to color the trees. And I'm starting with a darker green. It's a darker olive green. And kind of trying to shade everything that's away from where the moon is. And I'll do that with each of the trees. I'm never too bothered with like doing things like as reality for most things. But if there's a definitive light source, I do try very hard to not mess up my shading in that area. But if I make my own light source, it kind of changes from every object to every object, so it's a little messy. So yeah, here we are just finishing up the second tree with the first color, and we're doing all the trees at once, and then I'll go back and add the other ones. And I'm curious, when you all color, if you have a bunch of things, like there's the 3 trees, I'm going to do all 3 of the trees with the darkest color and then come back with the middle and then the light. Do you do it that way, or do you do each one individually? I've been watching a lot more colorists lately, and I've noticed that it's kind of evenly spread, and I'm just kind of curious what everybody else does. So I'm coming in now with an even darker green. This is more of a pine green because it is supposed to be nighttime with that moon there, so just trying to add a little more darkness to it. see, this one's been sped up fairly quickly. I had a lot of trouble picking out pencils. I had a lot of trouble thinking about exactly how I wanted to color each of the objects in this one, and so this video was a little longer. And like I had said from the beginning, each video is going to be 15 minutes or less. I'm not trying to make them very long, so each video will have its own speed. I hope that doesn't, make anybody lose it because it's not going exactly the same as the last one or the one before that. I'm just trying to make it a little tiny bite for each day, not, that you have to sit and watch an hour video. So yeah, 15 minutes was my limit, so each video has a different speed. This one is clearly much faster because it took me a while. It took me a good long while to figure out what I wanted to do, and at that point, I still hadn't realized I could just stop the camera completely. So bear with me a little bit while there's just these pauses in there. So yeah, we went in with the lightest green that I had in that olive green kind of family. And now we're just adding some fluorescent, it's the yellow green, not the exact green yellow highlighter. It's a fluorescent green yellow from the Prismacolor Scholars. And I'm just adding that to the top to look like they have like the moon glow on them. And then we're going in with that dark pine green to do the grass. And then we're going to work on the smoke from the chimney. We're just going in with black around the edges of the lines. I like to do that when I can because it makes the lines not so obvious. So if you can utilize the lines in a different way, sometimes it's helpful to just go in dark so that they blend. Coming in with the lighter gray, and I'm using it to kind of just push the black out a little bit and fill in the centers. Also, if you get a chance, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see another small video series like this, maybe for Thanksgiving or Christmas. I've been considering doing one for Thanksgiving, and I've been looking for some images of it. And I know, again, that's mostly just, us in America doing that. But the way I would do it was more of like a gratitude type thing as opposed to Thanksgiving itself, because I'm not terribly into that holiday at all. But I thought it might be fun. I do enjoy doing these little tiny bits of coloring. And if you enjoy it, just let me know and we'll add more to it. I'm coloring in the bottom windows light, like with a yellow, because I want it to look like the people are home in the house. And here's where I thought I was going to make like a stone background, and then I realized that wasn't like my best idea because the house is so small. So yeah, right now it looks like a little spotted cow, and that wasn't the plan. And I just kept going because I'm like, you can salvage it. It's not that small. It'll be okay. It's not okay. So here comes our electric eraser to just get rid of basically everything we just did. And I'm sorry we're out of focus there for a hot second. And once I get all that gone, we'll go back in and do something correctly. Sorry for all the wiggling there. That was a lot. Okay, so we're coloring in the upper window dark because nobody's up there. They're all, everyone's downstairs watching TV or whatever. And yes, I do make up stories for things while I color them. I hope I'm not the only one doing that. for the roof, we're coming in with a dark brown. And a mid-tone, which isn't so mid-tone in this, but there's a limited amount of browns in that set. I'm adding some black to the bottom just to make it darker. And I do have a tendency, and this is a peach on top, I have a tendency to not color things in very heavily in the beginning, especially when I'm doing a nighttime page, because I often forget that's what I'm doing. So I want to just make it like darker so I have room to do that. So I don't color it in too heavily so that there is space. And now we've decided the house is going to be blue. I know there was a minute in this video where I was like, you can just add bricks to this, it'll look great. And then I remembered this house is an inch tall and I need to stop. So yeah, it's just a plain blue house now. Colored it darker at the bottom and at the top, and I'm just going in a little bit lighter in the middle with the darkest blue, and then I come back with my light blue and I just fill it in. And now we're onto the chimney, and that's just the black and gray. I had thought about having a person popping out from behind the house, and then I remembered that I promised there would be very little drawing involved, so I left him out. Once we're all finished, I may add him in later, just because I thought that would be kind of fun, but I was going to do like a silhouette of a person just peeking around the side of the house. So yeah, now we've got the door all done in browns, and we're just shading it in with the black again. And now we're doing our drawings for today. There's only 3 of them. 2 are the exact same, and unfortunately my hand is in the way, but it's just a circle with 2 triangles. And then I really wish I would move. I'm so sorry, this is what you get to see. Hopefully the next one will be visible more. There we go. Yeah, it's just a circle with 2 triangles on top, and then a scallop, nothing big. And I can actually do this again on something if you wanted to see it. But they're just a line with triangles attached to them, the scallop bits for the wings. And I'm just going in and making those circles ovals so that the bats look more fleshed out. They were a little too tiny in the middle after I had finished the wings. So we're approaching the end of this. We're just drawing a ghost in the upstairs window, and that is just a teardrop shape, and we'll have ovals for eyes and a mouth. I just want to say thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with day 9, and have a very good day. Thanks for watching. Bye.